You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off, not by the security guard, but by you two. You three. Oh, look, they're making their burger while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance. Well, I can't take it. Will you let me go in? This can be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go in to class.
We're not engaging with that.
Then you can move. Will you move?
We're not engaging with that.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going in. I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them. I'm not hurting them. That's what they do. That's what they do, everybody. You guys are promoting aggression. You guys are promoting hate. We're UCLA students. We deserve to be there.
They said because he's Jewish, he cannot enter that area and that they won't issue him a wristband.
So that wasn't a university thing. That's probably the protesters that are out there.
Right. So are the protesters allowed to not allow a student who pays tuition access to their class in the library?
No, they're not allowed, but unfortunately they have kind of taken over that little area right there. But is there any other entrance that your son can enter through?
No, they are barricading every area for him to get into. And with all due respect, why is that even tolerated? Like, why should a Jewish kid have to go to another entrance?
It's not, I don't know if I'm going to say it's tolerated, but unfortunately the police are not intervening with that right now. And this is coming from the university, so if you had any questions or concern, you would take it with the university itself.
So the university has taken a stance that they will not, in fact, allow or help Jewish students get to their classes. That this is going to be tolerated.
We've received a directive to not intervene at this time, yes.
You guys want to prevent Jewish students from entering? Fine.
Now we gotta kill the Jewish students. Are you Zionist?
Yeah, of course I'm Zionist. Okay, so you don't let Zionists in the library that I pay tuition for?
I'm livid. I'm seriously livid for the leftist radicals who are so inclusive, which is just a big fat fucking lie. Yeah, I guess that doesn't count for Jews or Zionist or whatever the hell label they want to give it. This is happening all across America right now, and the mainstream media is complicitly silent. And this is going on all over the place. In fact, right now, the White House just put this up, and I've got to show you because I've got a lot of information to show you today. Fox News, White House dodges questions on college administration's response to anti-Israel protests that are happening all over our college campuses. Wow, this is insane. I've got some video footage to show you today that is going to drop your jaw. In fact, a lot of these protests have now gotten violent. I'm not going to show all the violent footage. I'll save that for Restricted Republic for those who watch there. But there is crap hitting the fan. Oh, and by the way, I've got something very disturbing to reveal about who these protesters really are. And note, they're not affiliated with the college, nor are many of them even college students. But just a quick break before I begin. Would you believe me if I told you that inside your pantry right now is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? Spoiler alert, it's olive oil. Now, you're probably used to cooking with it, but did you know that there are countless ways for olive oil to make you both look and feel younger? And besides helping you look younger on the outside, it's a fantastic tool for your insides as well. According to Dr. Stephen Gundry, a famous cardiothoracic surgeon, nutrition expert, and health advocate, you should get as much high-quality olive oil into your daily routine as possible. But what exactly kind of olive oil is best for your health? Well, the olive oil industry is very huge, and you can bet that they're not all made with the consumer in mind. In fact, there are even brands out there who are cutting corners for profit. Now, when Dr. Stephen Gundry came to this realization, he was appalled. So how can you tell the difference between olive oil that isn't up to par and the ones that offer an amazing health benefit? Well, Dr. Gundry has seized up that opportunity and he's decided to take a stand and share his research and findings. In fact, to check it out, all you have to do is go to the website getolive1.com/haven, and it's here. Dr. Gundry answers that question for you on this video. Now, if you want more information, make sure you click the link in the description box below. It's got it on there. Or if you're on your cell phone, click that more button or go directly to getolive1.com/haven. All right, back to the broadcast. I want to start this broadcast off with a disclaimer. I love you no matter who you are, and we're all equal in the eyes of God. Whether you're a Jew, a Christian, or a Muslim, whether you have red, black, blue, yellow, white skin, it doesn't matter. No one should be treated with such disrespect because of their religion or because of the color of their skin or because of their freaking political belief. I am, and I've also warned that, by the way, and I'm going to sidetrack just a little bit, that these protests are going to morph into something far later, right? When we get closer to the election, everybody knows it. This is just the start of another summer of love, but not so love. And it's absolutely chilling the direction that we are headed in. Let me show you some quick video footage here of what's going on there at the colleges. Take a watch. We will not stop. We will not rest. In other words, we're going to stay there until we get our way. And nobody really knows exactly what their way is, because a lot of them are literally blocking Jewish people from the ability, as you saw in the beginning of this report, from the ability to go to school they actually pay for. That's very anti-Semitic. No, wait, it is anti-Semitic. And some of the colleges are doing stuff. Some of them have dispersed the police and dispersed these mock shift facilities. And by the way, if you notice some of the tents that are at the universities, they're all the same color and they all look alike. Why? Because they're all being funded by the Tide Foundation, which is funded by George Soros's Open Society. It all kind of funnels in, right? But there is violence also breaking out at these campuses. If you want to see some of those videos, those of you on Restricted Republic, you'll see those. But if you want to see some of those, you're going to have to go to Restricted Republic. I don't want to place them here. But meanwhile, right, that's not all that's happened. How about the fact that these protesters have literally taken over entire areas, at least at Columbian University? Take a look here. This is dailymail.co.uk. Furious Columbian University protesters stage insurrection-like takeover of Hamilton Hall after ignoring deadline to leave encampment. But will they even be arrested? Here's the actual footage. They threw out that intifada sign that you see at the top there. And you can see they've actually taken over the building and they've renamed it Hines Hall versus Hamilton Hall, and that's at Columbia University. They've literally taken it over. This is a complete and utter insurrection. Oh, God forbid, right? God forbid. Here's what else that is going on, and I'm going to leave the video sound off on this, but I want you to see how trashy the place is, right? And this right here is in Portland. This is what the students made the university there look like. And they're proud of this, by the way. They're absolutely proud of it. Completely demolished the actual university there. And it looks so crappy. That is not something, and I'm going to forward through all of this so you can kind of get an idea of how bad some of this image stuff is. And here's another one here where they've actually, and this is Portland, Oregon, they've written on walls and F you, F up, and all these bad things, just because that's the type of people. Look at that. Look at that, because that's the type of people, unfortunately, that they are. Not a care in the world, right? Not a care in the world. This is disgusting. You know what? I really feel like a lot of this is a cult. And I'm going to play some footage. I'll throw it up here in the corner. But to me, you're not going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya unless there's a little more to the story, right? But I feel like this is a cult. I mean, this is a cultish style behavior that you're seeing up in the corner where they're all like Kumbaya. Obviously, there's a lot going on. In fact, Columbia told us that they would, start dispersing these people. And this morning, on April 30th, this is the latest announcement that they just gave regarding their Morningside campus. Early this morning, a group of protesters occupied our Hamilton Hall on the Morningside campus. That is this that you just saw over here where they invaded the hall. And they said members of the university community who can avoid coming to the Morningside campus should do so. The essential personnel should report to work according to our policy. Access to campus has been limited to students residing in residential buildings on campus and employees who provide essential services. We will continue to update you with more information should there be any changes to the campus. So there you go. Are they suspending people like they said they would, or has matters just gotten far, far worse? I tell you what, if you plan on sending any of your kids to Columbia University, I would rethink that. I don't have enough money to touch that with a 9-foot pole, but any of these universities that are promoting this should definitely be off of everybody's list. Even far leftist radical ADL came out and was upset with what's going on. Here's Breitbart. ADL slams Northwestern University for agreement with anti-Israel protesters as reprehensible and dangerous. They didn't like some of the stuff that they had agreed to. Now, here's the kicker to this entire thing, and that's this. How about the fact that the protests that are happening on campus over in Texas, they managed to arrest a bunch of them. And lo and behold, they find out that over half the protesters are not even, students at the college. Take a look at this article, and this is on the Western Journal, and it's headlined, Disturbing Discovery Made After Arrest of Pro-Palestine Protesters. What were these people doing on campus? Austin police waded into the unauthorized protest on campus of the university on April 24th to break it all up. They arrested around 60 people there. The University of Texas Police issued a dispersal order at about 5:30, directing everyone to leave the South Mall. And they begin pushing people out and making the arrest, right? It goes on. The day after the protest, Herzl posted a message condemning the protest. So here's what he wrote on the university website, basically saying, hey, this isn't right. This is a rough day for our campus, and we shouldn't disrupt the campus, yada, yada. But then he goes on to expand, and he says this. He added the most disturbing part of what the university discovered about the protesters. And notably, he wrote, 26 of the 55 individuals arrested yesterday had no UT affiliation. You mean to tell me, to my surprise, not really, that 26 out of 55 of those people weren't affiliated with UT at all? What the hell are they allowing them on campus for that? They don't even have any affiliation with the campus. Nearly half of them. I can only imagine. I guess the bigger question is, how many more people that were there that day that they didn't arrest were not affiliated with UT at all either? I can guarantee you that based off that statistics, that's happening at all the other college campuses as well. Lots going on. Meanwhile, the White House just dodged the question saying, oh yeah, we're not going to comment. We're going to allow the universities to handle that. I guarantee you, if it was somebody in a MAGA hat, that'd be a different story. It'd be insurrections all over the country. We're getting taken over. We've started a civil war. I think I'm tired of the, as Dan Bongino rightly calls it, the hierarchy of the left. This is what this is truly about. The leftist takeover of our universities and insurrections at our universities, because that's what's going on. A full-fledged Nazis, real Nazis, people who hate Jews, anti-Israel, anti-Jew. There's a lot of them there, and they're allowed to run free in our universities. That's a hierarchy saying, look at us, we can do what we want, but you can't. Straight up. But you know what we need to do? We need to start exposing it to the average American. So please share this video far and wide with everyone you know. Get the message out. Show people the truth of what's going on. And if you really want to make a dent, go to restrictedrepublic.com. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for being here. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.